Leanna, you are a navigator, but also a counselor. And so that means that your ability to do intensive counseling is pretty limited. And I wondered if you could share kind of what you're able to do versus what you recommend people seek outside assistance for.
Yeah, so I do a lot more like the basic short-term counseling. So that could be like getting somebody through the death of a parent, transition in life, starting work can be really anxiety provoking. So a lot of stuff like that. Other things that I cannot do would be like a mental health crisis. If somebody feels like they are suicidal, homicidal, I would refer somebody to the hospital. So that's not something that takes a lot of long-term care and more specific therapy, which I can't do. The ARC does not have the ability to hold that, but I don't have the ability to do that, but there are places that are there for that. And also if you might need more intensive therapy for a diagnosis that you might be trying to handle and get a better grasp of, that would also be a better way to get long-term therapy as well.
So my last question would be about the pros and cons and individual differences between coming in and doing short-term individual therapy or seeking out support groups, because I know that's another way we can provide some resources is with a support group of people that might be having the same experiences.
Yeah, that's a great question. So the pros of short-term therapy, a lot of times people don't feel like they need a therapist for the long haul in their life. Maybe you're going through a short change in your life that you just need to talk through. That's always nice. I know a lot of people who do short-term therapy, they might come and go a couple times a year. So like somebody who might be struggling at work, I've seen some people for that, or moving into a new house, they have new roommates, just really struggling to make friendships, something like that. Where long term, it would definitely more be just if you've struggled with depression long term, that would be something that you'd be able to go to long term therapy. And then support groups, there are so many pros and no cons really. I love support groups. I feel like that if you need a community, a lot of times if somebody is struggling with depression or anxiety, seeing that community on a regular basis is really good to have that support system. I think the biggest piece of mental health is also getting that support system and people that understand and will also listen to what you're going through. We have lots of support groups at the ARC. So if anybody on here is interested in joining one, you can always reach out.
Well, and I think even though we don't have therapeutic support groups for parents, I think sometimes just going into that space with other people that have shared experiences gives you it helps remove some of the anxiety you're experiencing just from what's happening in your life. So even if it's not technically going to be therapeutic, there are so many benefits of support groups.
Don't be afraid to reach out. That's the hardest thing. People can take years to reach out to getting mental health help. Hopefully society is getting a little bit better about that, but it's always best to reach out, even though it may seem really hard, but better than holding it inside. And we have a lot of staff at the ARC who would love to help with that and help you find somebody who is right for you.